Welcome back to Ask the Good Doctor. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire on Sirius XM, Urban View, Channel 126, joined in studio with William Parris, host of the television show Legitimate Matters and an expert within the travel industry. You know, I have been threatening William to be on this show for for a long time, because I've wanted to have this conversation about vacationing with wellness in mind. And William is so convinced of this that he has had an agency which has done just that to help people do that. Talk about it.
Yes, it was a natural transition to go into travel. My background is in hotel management, which I've done at this particular point, I want to say for decades. Should I blur that out?
Please.
It's been decades.
Truth.
That is what I've done. But because of my experience with in the hotel industry and having traveled for work and pleasure, people came to me asking for advice on where to travel and destinations, and I decided to transition into that. So I still do the hotel industry. I still open hotels as a consultant.
Amen.
But I still do travel and I host my show. But I learned that travel was such, for my personal self, travel was so rejuvenating and healthy for myself. Yeah. It's the reason why I decided to focus on wellness in particular. And what I found is that besides what I do, there are agencies that specialize in travel.
Yes.
But for specific types of challenges. So let me give you an example.
Please do.
There is someone that I worked with whose specialty is gluten-free travel.
Stop it.
And I learned so much from her.
Wow.
Because what I realized is that there are some people who will go on a gluten-free diet and not necessarily suffer from acute celiac disease.
Yes.
But there are people who could actually die from digesting gluten. So those individuals cannot travel anywhere. There's a lot of work that has to go into planning because they have to find gluten-free restaurants or places that they can eat, or even the accommodations that they stay in.
Wow.
It could become very complicated.
Yes.
So this particular individual focuses, you can contact her, and I'm giving you just an example of someone that can plan your entire itinerary for your vacation and label every option that you have to eat that will be gluten-free and healthy for you.
That's awesome.
So I say that to your listeners to help everyone to understand that when you think of wellness travel, you can think in terms of something as broad as going to Canyon Ranch, where you spend lots of money to eat very little.
The Nouvelle cuisine.
Exactly.
10-string beans.
Exactly. Or you can go places where you can still book a vacation, but you can be as specific as needed. So I'll give you another example that doesn't have anything to do with a specific diet, but you were talking about it earlier, putting your feet in the sand and seeing the water. I decided at one point I really needed a vacation, so I decided I was going to go to Jamaica.
Yes.
So a couple of friends says, "Oh, Jamaica, no, we should go to Paris and we should go to this," but I didn't want that because I didn't want to tour.
Yes.
All right. I wanted to rest. So a couple of friends says, "Well, okay, if you're going to Jamaica, we're going with you." So at one particular point, I went out on one of those little rafts and those little floating barge kind of things. You just go to float out there and get on top of it. They were on the beach partying, hanging out. When I got back to the beach, they said, "Do you know how long you have been on that water? Just laying there? We were hoping you were okay." I said I was doing exactly what I came here for.
That's right.
That, to me, is also a form of wellness.
It is.
It's getting away to a place where you can just relax.
It is.
You don't always have to tour.
Listen.
It's a different experience, but needed.
It is needed. And I actually like traveling alone.
I've done it several times.
I mean, a lot of people don't like to go places alone, but you're never alone.
Nope.
I don't need all the idle chatter.
Nope.
Sometimes I just like to quiet it.
Yes.
And even if I'm traveling within a group, I like that time alone.
Right.
I like to take an extra day before. I like to take an extra day after. I like to chill out. I like to take a spa time when everybody else is. I'm the chick who goes left when everybody else is going right. All right. When people get off the cruise ship, I stay on the ship. That's when I book my spa treatments.
Right.
All right. And if a lot of people are staying on the ship, that's when I get off. I love it like that. Like when people are coming back, that's when I jump off the ship real quick and I know where I'm going. So I'm taxiing around and it's not crowded. And I just love it. And I love a cruise.
Yes.
Okay, so true story. When my daughter graduates from college, I'm going to be a cruise ship chaplain.
Oh.
And bye-bye, y'all. I'm serious. I'm going to be a cruise ship chaplain, and I'm out of here. I'm signing 6-month contracts. I'm going.
I completely get it. I love cruises. I don't care when someone says that, oh, well, there's too much water or they have fears of the water. Well, I'm sorry for you.
Listen, I know how to swim. It's a good, but when you say going out to the places with the intent, I remember my mother and her friends, they used to take a trip to the hot springs, Arkansas, and specifically go and get in the hot springs. And they talked about how that was like the fountain of youth. And my mother and her fabulous friends, honey, they would go and travel to these different places. Like they go to Canada and shop for fur coats, and they go to the hot springs and get in the hot springs. And I just remember them doing that. And I'm thinking, they had the presence of mind to do that. And all of them are living well and still living, but they took that time out,
right?
To do that. And when you start a job and they tell you can't take a vacation for a year, that's like so counterintuitive to what our spirits need. In addition, it's apparently, according to these studies, it's medically counterintuitive. But we need to, what I started doing, I started getting hip to this after I worked on my first job where they said I couldn't get a vacation for a year. I was like, but I have a ticket to go on a cruise and I have to do this and I have to do, here's my calendar of things. And you need to submit that on day one.
LaJoyce, I have to tell you that I turned down a good paying job for the vacation. When they sent me the offer, I kid you not, I called the company back and said, this must be a typo.
Oh, why? What did they say?
It was a week. It
1
was a
week
week
vacation?
after
We're
a
too
year.
old for that.
And I wanted 3 weeks right out the gate.
All day.
I feel that I had worked. I had put in my time in this industry. I'm bringing a lot to the table. I'm not going to work like a mule for a year, and then take a week off. And they went back and they tried to negotiate. And then to get the 3 weeks that I wanted, you had to work some ridiculous number of years, about 6 years.
No, they're crazy.
I sent them the letter and thanked them very much for the offer. I politely turned it down and kept it moving.
Absolutely.
Because it's unhealthy for me to even consider taking a week's vacation. And this was to open a hotel.
Oh, no.
So,
not under that kind of pressure.
When
you are under a lot of pressure also, it's up to you to be able to speak up for yourself.
Speak up.
My cousin is a transplant nurse coordinator in Seattle, and regionally she coordinates transplants and picks up organs and then assists in the OR.
Wow.
And when she wrote her job description, she built a week vacation in quarterly.
There you
because when you're doing that, you're giving an organ to somebody to help them live, but someone died.
Wow.
I mean, and that will help to build burnout, and that helps compassion fatigue and all of these things and all of these caring industries. And you're working people like mules. It's not right.
Right.
So we are here at the show. We've planted the seed with you about the Wellness Warrior Weekend Getaway at the Essex Culinary Resort and Spa in Vermont, June 20th through 24th. And today we'd like to give you all of those wonderful details. I want to thank all of you who have said, yes, I want information. I'm coming. I don't care what. Well, we want to talk all about it. Well, first of all, William, tell them about the Essex.
The Essex Culinary Resort is in a beautiful destination. It's in Essex Junction, Vermont.
Yep.
Easy to get to.
Right by Burlington.
Absolutely. You can fly into the Burlington Airport. You can also take Amtrak, regardless of whether you fly or you take Amtrak from New York. You're literally minutes away. The setting is the resort. It's a culinary resort just surrounded by trees. They have cooking classes, kitchens that are set up for people to come in and learn different cuisines. They've got several restaurants that are farm to table.
Farm to table.
Farm to table. Outdoor areas with fire pits, swimming pool,
hot tub.
Hot tub. The Essex Culinary Resort is just the place that you go when you want good food, healthy food. You can relax, and there's also outdoor activities. So there's so many different things to do. LaJoyce, I have to tell you, it is a very, very, very good choice.
Thank you very much, and we thank you for the recommendation indeed. So we will be there presenting information to ensure you are healthy, wealthy, and wise. That is our promise to you when you join in with us and attend. We want you to come away with us. We want you to be able to relax. We want you to come back renewed, rejuvenated. As always, we are presenting vital, life-saving information up close and personal. We will have workshops from presenters like Cousin Sil of Next Nation, our very own Tramel here, coordinating producer and co-host of the Goffe Show. She doesn't like to say she's the co-host of Goffe Show, but I hear her equally as much as I hear Godfrey. And Dr. Wilma Hunt Watts, the podiatrist, our family podiatrist, she will be doing lectures as workshops, but she will also be doing free foot evaluations to evaluate your feet. And boy, those of you who were in White Plains really lined up to see her because, as you know, your feet are your foundation. Also, Minister of Wellness, Nate Jordan, he will be there teaching on genocide by food and medicine.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse. He's going to be teaching that. And Dr. Michael Vincent will teach us a class on how to eradicate pain featuring his Thoughtopy technique. And that's powerful. In White Plains, there was a woman who I saw limping toward me, and she said, I need something for my hip pain. I need something for my knee pain. I have this, I have that. I've had a fuse. I've had this. And I said, well, you could take Michael Daly. That's good for inflammation. You could take the Jamaica Moringa. That's good as well to help strengthen. I said, but you need to go down that hall and see Dr. Michael Vincent. That woman walked back toward me with Dr. Vincent. He said, watch her walk. I could have fallen on the floor. She said, I just don't know what to say. I have had this pain in my leg for years, in my hip for years. He touched me and told me what to do, and I'm walking.
Wow.
She walked out of that door without a limp when she walked into the door with one. So he's going to be there teaching that technique. I personally will be teaching y'all water aerobics every day. Hey, and I'll show you all how not to get your hair wet too. Told you about those cutie pie senior citizens that I do water aerobics with the full makeup, the earrings, and the hair done. They don't get their hair wet. So we're not going to get our hair wet. Don't worry about it. I promise you.
First things first.
First things first. And if we do get our hair wet, we're going to have Michelle Bernard there from Creative Fingers Hair Salon. She's going to do a hair evaluation where she takes a look at your hair and tells you what you're deficient in. Do you know that your hairdresser can equally, like a naturopath, tell you what you're deficient in by looking at your hair? They can tell you, that you really need to stop smoking, you need to stop drinking, you need to stop drugging. They can tell you all of those things by examining your hair. She's going to have like a hair clinic there to teach you about your hair as well. I'm also going to do a session on African dance. One or two. And we're going to do a Kitchen Warriors there where we're going to cook a lunch, and you have to sign up special for that, a cooking demonstration. But the real Chef Dante, darling, at the resort. Oh my gosh. Chef Dante is amazing. He carries around a toolbox with 75 pounds of knives and wizardry in his toolbox, a craftsman toolbox. No, seriously, that weighs 75 pounds. And he is awesome. And there's a chef's table that you can dine at. The price of the weekend includes breakfast and lunch every day and 2 snacks. every day. So there'll be snacks in between sessions and such, and lunches on your own. But with the snacks and everything like that, it'd be filling. And if you sign up for one of these, if the Kitchen Warriors or the cooking demonstration, those will be during the lunch hours. So you can have, they have a wonderful lunch menu. When we went up there for a site visit, we got there at lunchtime. Lord have mercy. They have a baked macaroni and cheese in a cast iron skillet. That is crazy. And some crispy Brussels sprouts. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Drizzled with balsamic vinaigrette. But we've got lots of videos to show you all of me in different places. We're going to be posting them. And I just don't know what else to say about it except join us. Join us. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to have yoga every morning right after sunrise. And we'll be signing books, doing one-on-one consults with all of the doctors there. And I'm going to be doing some foot reflexologies and doing some face reading and tongue reading for you all. So it's going to be a chock full, and we're going to have a couple of other people who we will announce to you as well.
This sounds like an action-packed weekend.
It is action-packed, but there's going to be built-in time for yourself. Mm-hmm. And the add-on day is the Monday, the 24th. So if you'd like to stay another day. The worst thing that I hate about vacation is that you run yourself to the ground doing all this touring and stuff and traveling to far, far away places, which is fine. But when you come back, you need a vacation from the vacation. Right. I hate that.
Right.
You are worn out because you have overscheduled yourself even on your vacation. But that's a habit. Mm-hmm. That's a habitual thing that we need to break that cycle, because we even do it when we're on vacation. That's something that has to stop, because you don't want a vacation after the vacation. So on that Monday, if you all choose to stay, officially the weekend getaway will be over on Sunday at 1:00. And if you'd like to stay over, we're going to have a nice brunch on Sunday before you depart, if you choose to. But if you want to stay, so Sunday afternoon you'll have at your leisure, and Monday you'll have at your leisure. Me personally, I might stay the rest of the week because I know I've been worn out after helping you all. It's going to be great though. We're also having a marketplace. Oh yes, a marketplace with all of our wonderful vendors like the Team Jamaica Moringa and the Revita Blue people, and oh my God, I can't even tell you what all we're going to have a lot of stuff there. All of the people who travel with us, Theola DeBose and Knitbone and the Water Alkaline Up people, they're going to be there in the marketplace that's going to be open all day and during specialty times. And we're also doing something that I always want to see at a conference. And I always say, whenever I give something, I'm going to plan this. You know how you go to a conference, William, and you're in a session and it's like getting really good and it's time to go?
Right.
And then people are lined up outside of the door, the presenter's peeking his head in, and you're not even, it's like, we got 5 more minutes. And, then that person has to rush in. We're staggering so that the room is available even after, so people can linger, so people can talk directly with the presenter. So if it runs over, it runs over. At your leisure. We're not rushing. We're doing things with intent.
It's the best way.
It's the best way. And that spa, ladies and gentlemen, is that's all I have to say about it. If you'd like to join us in Vermont, June 20th through 24th for the Wellness Warrior Weekend Getaway, please make your reservation directly at the Essex Culinary Resort and Spa by calling 1-800-727-4295. That's 1-800-727-4295. And don't worry, we'll put everything up on the website and we'll put everything up on social media so that you can join in and give us a call. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire in studio with my very special guest, television host of Legitimate Matters, William Parris, and travel industry expert of how many years?
At this point, 30, but I will not admit to more than that.
He's young, you all. You should see him with his cute little freckles. He's been working in the travel agents industry ever since I have known him. He's my go-to guy for hotels. He's just awesome. I appreciate you for all that.
Of course, my
we've
pleasure.
Exchanged over the years. I have to make a clarification here. I misspoke in the last segment. The price for the Weekend Wellness Warrior includes breakfast and dinner. Lunch is on your own. And it also includes 2 snacks daily. All right? Just want to make that clarification. All right. William, some of your favorite travel destinations.
Oh, wow. Where do I begin? I've had so many. I'll just kind of break them down by region.
Okay.
My favorite island is St. Thomas
Ah.
because St. Thomas to me looks like a postcard. It
Oh.
is the perfect place to relax. I haven't gone there and ever done a lot. I've never been really busy, but the water is beautiful. It's nice and warm. You don't need to get used to the temperature of the water.
Yes, just step right in.
The accommodations are beautiful and the mountains are breathtaking.
Yes,
It's
indeed.
absolutely my favorite Caribbean destination.
Okay.
My favorite destination of any place that I visited is actually Egypt. And Egypt was hands down my most amazing experience. And LaJoyce, I think that you'll appreciate why. I dreamed of going to Egypt. It was number one on my bucket list for years. But when I finally had an opportunity to visit Egypt, it was on a mission.